M80 going to be the team that upset them and kick Aurora into gear, or are M80 going to be the team that gets ran through?
Well, after our first 2 games, I'm extremely sure I have no idea. We have the exact opposite results to what I expected. We don't know if there's a warm-up buff or not. M80 are one of the teams that got through cleanly but least tested. And, well, Aurora, I mean, literally, I don't know if they know how they're going to do just yet. I think we'll find out soon. They should be solid. Like, that's all we can say,
right.
Is they should be solid. This should be a tough game for M80 to win, but they should also be brimming with confidence. It's hard to say anything, man. I really don't know.
It's a good thing you're not paid to.
Every single result that's happened, it's been the sort of opposite result.
Whew. 2 insta-gushes coming out of M80's top mid setup. So that's going to send Xantares and Woxic for a spin. Major takes over Tunnel's control, and they're going to lean into this A stack. They think that indicates this A commitment, and they're not wrong about it. It's all that M80 are going to be working with is strong numbers catwalk. So watch as Major reads this, confirms that he is going to be a flank, and with that, do M80 reconsider options?
They got their headshots, which means they know the CTs are going to be actually kind of scared. Vulnerable, maybe want to try to make a move too soon. And here's that fan out across Cat. Some great headshots coming in, both from Lake.
Low HP player down beneath him. Could have been an easy third for Lake, but instead Xantares clips Slacks over top of the ledge on bomb site. And so the retake's on. So retake featuring no kit. Man advantage M80. And waiting for Aurora to come at this. They're going to take their sweet time.
I don't know. Yeah, they're actually not going to try this, it looks like.
Not at all, huh?
No.
Well.
Not even a test, no kit. Okay, Manager will knock one down as he crosses. I don't think M80 are too concerned about this. They're happy to just grab the round.
So starting it with a pistol. You know, this is a season for M80 that they themselves have said they've got to be proud of. Speaking to the guys in the Blitz interviews yesterday, I asked, you know, what's the career high for you? What's your favorite memory in all of Counter-Strike? And every single M80 player said
signing Lake.
Nope. Although probably up there. It was the playoffs of Blast London, getting to go to the stage, right? It's an invite to the LAN portion that they earned through online Counter-Strike, but they all referenced, once they got to the stage, actually pushing top teams to the limit, right? I believe it was versus Maus was their game on stage, and they had the whole crowd behind them, and they kind of lived out that moment. So M80 have had a taste of what it is to be on the bigger stages now this season, and this season alone.
I would also like to say that Sin as an IGL, he's not going to get enough credit. I think he comes in sort of out of Big's main lineup or academy, like kind of gets moved back and forth. If I remember correctly, there's a lot of shuffles there. But, you know, he was second fiddle, never actually became the main caller, or at least not, you know, fully on Big for any period of time. So it doesn't have the reputation of someone who was like groomed to be an IGL specifically. So it feels weird to look at him and say this guy must be a great IGL. But on M80, he has actually shown that he should have been Big's IGL, and they should have actually given that promotion. He's been doing a remarkable job with M80, and like they look extremely solid behind his calling.
I like that you bring that up. We'll return to it just because. Let's wait a second. With MP9s on the other side of the door, M80 could have had their hands full, but Lake's going to find another opening kill. And he's going to chuck that MAC-10 quickly towards the B site. Joda goes down from the Hexed spam out of tunnels. What a kill that ends up being at that distance as well. That's got to be a hell of a shot out of Hexed. 5 versus 3 looking comfortable. And so Aurora are just going to try to save what they've still got to work with. Clean moves from M80 out middle and into a B site that showed no resistance.
We did a tier list on the All About CS podcast with James yesterday, and the tier list was, you know, which teams are from most likely to least likely to make it through to the next stage. And we didn't have enough teams to be in likely to make it to the next stage.
Oh, really?
Because we were so unsure about who
it's
was
a tough one to call.
Yeah.
So to return to the Singh conversation you brought up, right, and him being kind of groomed and developed as this in-game leader, I asked him, what is your unpopular Counter-Strike opinion? And Sinh's answer was that in-game leaders should hold all of the responsibility of calling. He believes that calling, as it goes on, is like actually fundamentally it's flawed in that putting all the responsibility on one person is the wrong way to do it, and that it should be a collective across the team. And that's something that I know he's really tried to hammer into this M80 roster, that like everybody's communication and reads of a situation have to be considered and applied as the games go on. And I like that he's just having
Everyone.
all 5 players. You know, he's like, if you're dead, you're ghost calming for us as well. Like, you've got to stay active in all of these rounds and whatever. And I just think it's cool that for somebody who's trying to make a, you know, off-the-cuff team work, that he's got this philosophy he really believes in. It means that he's got an identity to what he brings to the table, and I like that.
I mean, the team might appear to be random, but there's definitely a lot of like really careful scouting to like build a lineup on a budget. That makes a lot of sense, and they did achieve that perfectly. I mean, even scooping Lake up, that was such a nice find in a region where he should have got a chance. And a lot of people regret that, like, AG didn't use Hexed well. There was definitely a lot of potential there, and M80 are the team to spot them. So, yeah. So I'll say the reason that's an unpopular take is because the classical opinion would be that you'd want like one caller, 2 guys who are verbal, and then I always say 2 guys that are quiet because you can't just have 5 people talking.
Right.
Also, some people have bad ideas and are good players,
Okay,
and
sure.
I think that's just actually a natural good balance to have in a team.
That's real.
And then you always have that one guy who comes up with strat once every 5 rounds and it instantly wins.
Right.
Like, and I think you do need a balance of like loud and quiet, as well as fast and slow and different things like that in Counter-Strike. So that's really interesting to hear.
Oh, here's a fast one. You wanted speed, you got it. Woxic missed op shot on the corners of long. And there comes the peek out of Major. He's had enough of giving over free space to M80. Round 4 where Aurora come out with guns. Lake's got himself another double kill. Wicadia is going to be here to clean up. So Aurora's sick of losing as we kind of tiptoed through bigger picture conversations. This 3-0 M80 start was about to get threatening as they come out long, find an opening kill. Major says enough's enough.
That's how I want to see every long play go. I want the round end in the middle of the take before they get to the A site. I don't want that awkward cross, pretending to throw the grenades, pretending to flash peek, spraying at nothing. I don't want any of that. I want people flashing through the smoke, shutting them down as they're running up towards the site, and nice and quick and decisive. So very nicely done for Aurora to get into the game.
Tech issue here with Major. We'll give him a second. Didn't seem to hold him back. Clean 2 kills off the flashbang. Wicadia clean up.
Why is there like a disagreement? Tech Plaza.
Because they're so ready to jump at each other.
Yeah,
I think, you know.
Yeah, there's something there.
It's a very passionate team, Launders.
Yeah.
Representing a very vocal region.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, they themselves at times. What's crazy to me is, like, I'm not trying to pick a fight, but when Aurora struggle and have losses, it's almost like they're afraid of their fan base.
Oh, they definitely are.
You know, they ask for, like, they almost ask for mercy sometimes when they don't meet expectations. And I feel like that's a whole other level of pressure that a team like M80, they're not dealing with.
Yeah.
If M80 loses this game, Lake's mom is still in the crowd. She's gonna be so proud of him. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of nurturing environment I think that I'm like, what would Aurora look like if they all just got along?
That's the kind of nurturing environment gets you 1 major in 25 years.
Well, hey man, they'll try to keep it consistent. This is like teaching my dad how to use a keyboard.
Does he go at it 1 finger at a time?
Yeah.
Hunting for them keys.
Control what?
Where are them vowels?
Everything's capitals. Turn off the caps lock.
Staying warm mentally when you're going through tech issues, for whatever reason, is always another skill. Like, it's important. It's going to happen. It's you know, it's something you can't prepare for, but whatever team you're on, whether you win or lose the last round, you've just got to make sure you're ready to go again. Keep that engine revved.
Going at any pace.
Yeah.
Right. How many times do we see that? Tech pause into attack pause into a team just charges you down.
Yeah.
Like, you'd think that it would start to become predictable, but it's still just hard to get back into the server. minutes. That couple of 2Ks between Major and this one from Wicadia just really ended M80. You know, they kind of, that smoke really on the end of long kind of screwed them over, right? Last player never even came through it. So they find a speed bump in the long take. That's not a Molotov I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Not ideal. The smoke still drops down into long. Unless it's meant to just interrupt, but it's also a T smoke. There's a lot of smokes.
Yeah, it's a CT smoke on top.
Yep. Interrupt the trickle down so the big boxes don't get smoked, I guess.
Slack's controlling middle, and the op on the CT side isn't planning to fight. I mean, wisely enough, obviously. This is a game where you keep this window of vision open towards doors, and then you just try to decide like where the lean's going to be, and if not, sometimes you default to like your cat play or something. You're just feeling like there's a guy in CT, then maybe you can catch a timing. Oh, Badger, okay. He's getting his toes wet here on the long doors.
While Hex works it out mid, he's going to find one. Santares gets popped. Didn't even get a chance to shoot back, so good time to kill there for Hex. This is going to be a big moment for Major. Oh, they don't check. Second player comes out a little late, and so Major collects 2 kills for his efforts. Whoa, baits out the off shot. Well done, Sin. Pushes it over the line, but caught with no gun ready as Wicadia throws himself back at it. Drop down out from Hex. He won't find the multi-frag, and Aurora win another.
That's kind of beyond impressive for Major to get a second kill. After this first spray, he wasted about 5 bullets on nothing. So that's what he needed to do for the team. He delivered that. Second kill was absolutely beautiful, and they come out not clearing it. So perfectly played there on long. And obviously also Woxic got a kill, rotating in as quickly as he could. Under a lot of time pressure. M80 said that Aurora can be sort of one-dimensional, hard and easy to read. I said the same thing yesterday on the podcast. I think Devilwalk also said the same thing. It seems to be a common sentiment about them, and I think there's a lot of set plays that Aurora do on T side that, yeah, they can be repetitive. They can be like, again, set and not like into just straight up defaults. But M80 are going to have to really call them out in the second half, and we'll see if that's going to be true or not. Because you can also say that their set stuff is so reliable, and it ends up working. I mean, they end up. Right. Again, they're a team that have got a trophy so far this event. This season event.
Few grenades coming out from Aurora, but nobody really taking a poke at this. They're going to let M80 set themselves up for what will be a minimal attack. Still a smoke on Sin. He chucks that one out to go left, right, mid smokes. Still nobody down in CT spawn, just this kerneled 2-player defense inside of the B site. That is what's going to have to stand the test of what will be a 5-player B split. Still no support coming down through CT spawn.
No nade there as well.
Nothing.
They're really laid back.
Wicadia and Jota, 2 players that have to hold, and Woxic actually does still find some time to emerge out from spawn. It's not a lot of time to work with, and Sin taking a quick peek out through the windows meant to scare them back. Aurora very quickly here. Oh, on the heels of M80, frag grenades dunked on Swisher to perfection, and now Sin's gonna have his hands full versus 3. They come out through the doorway, majority alive Aurora, and that's good on the holdout from the window player, right? Wicadia ends up getting 2 kills. I wasn't sure if it was towards tunnels or middle, but one of the 2 defenders holds his own, just enough for everybody else to very quickly scramble down through spawn.
The way they looked at it, they're like, there'll be some kind of hold here, and that'll be good enough. But yeah, very minimal support. Surprised they didn't even get info back, at least for their team. Like, right. Even nading that smoke open on CT, just to be like, get ready. And I think Wicadia could even play an even better spot, considering the setup. Because he would have liked to fight mid, but his teammate couldn't watch tunnels for him.
Now it's Aurora taking an earlier look. Both Santeras in the lower tunnels. But smoked out of it. They'll fall back.
It's the right amount of patience, it looks like, for M80 to come and take mid for free.
Hex happy to take that look at the B side, but nobody pops up for him to deal with. Exchange of smoke grenades. He's gonna keep too busy. Lake finds timing on Woxic. He was just trying to peel back from that one. And we've got Lake with another entry kill.
It's going to be a free round unless Major can stop it. He's alone.
We saw Lake from the get-go with the pistol round and the follow-up. The driving force to the start of these rounds for M80. Major scooping up the AWP and falling back. But he is working alone on long. No support whatsoever. Goes to take a look at doors while M80 trickle off of the catwalk down into CT spawn. This bomb is in tow. They're still waiting for resistance. And because Major's cleared long, he can turn back and shoot at this, but he'll miss his shot. Lake doubles down this round, and there is no fight for Aurora in this one whatsoever. So this is a prime example of what happens when, unlike one round ago where Wicadia holds off with 2, if you get nothing out of those 2 defenders, Aurora are nowhere nearby to try to save you.
They're not willing to move. So, I mean, luckily they had that hold last round, but we can see that that's clearly like a communication problem, not something that's put in place on purpose. You want to stay loose, right? You don't have to be fluid across sites the entire round, but if you aren't constantly updating your information to some degree, you are just going to be 2v5 on a site or 3v5 on a split, and it's not always going to be good enough. Here's a good example of that. So it's too easy of a kill to give up the whole round. And yeah, Major was there to fight as well, but really that wasn't an issue for M80. They would have been able to plant that bomb. It'd be 3 B-site players. They have to go miles across the map just to get to the retake, and Major would definitely get traded anyways. So I think best case there was actually Major just saving and them trying to have a better round next round.
Yep, no, true. And I mean, he saw long doors clear for the exit.
But it's a good time for a timeout. You can really tell when 2 sides aren't talking to each other enough.
Right. Yeah, kind of missing the connective tissue in middle right now, our Aurora.
Mm-hmm. It's either that or you're so scared of a fake. Sometimes you just like stick to a lean.
And again, Lake, another multi-entry, right? We saw it in the pistol round. We saw it in the conversion round. We've seen it in this round now, so. Strong impact. And there's
nice
the
tag.
wall bang. Good on Slacks. Gets some early damage for Jota to have to stomach. This time there's a little more towards middle, so Aurora still smoked out of it. Pop a frag over. Lake doesn't give a damn about that one. He's still thinking about going through as this is about to fade. You know, we have had Aurora change up their majority defense, but there's still just kind of this lack of emphasis in holding off the middle of the map. Frag grenade for Sin, also negligible. That's 2 pieces of utility barely dodged by M80, but they'll be walking in strong through their own fire. They just try to suddenly pounce, and that's an easy pickup for Woxic. M80 all in on this play. Flash finds Woxic so that he can't get back the second kill. Xantera is trying to find his headshot, but now worried about the bomb site's got to hide and spawn. And this is Aurora giving space over. Swisher, late activation through the long doors, and that's going to keep your Opera's head on a swivel. But there's a lot of riflers coming up from spawn, Wicadia, one of which included. And as bombs planted, Hex over towards ramp, can't manage to hang on. Slacks will return with one.
Right below him.
Player climbs up into him. Swisher gets the kill too late. And a molly thrown towards the bomb, but is it on it? It's planted on the other side, so Xantera is still in cover.
They don't have a smoke.
Swisher, he's going to have this op just trained on him. He swings out to a missed shot, but luckily Xanterras wasn't yet diffusing. He's going to come out with his, and that'll be 2 players alive for Aurora at the end.
Yeah, and just well, could have been a rough miss if that bomb was getting diffused, but a nice try in the clutch to try to put this one together. But still, really impressive retake here for Aurora, considering, I think, how much progress M80 made so quickly across the site. This moment where Wicadia takes down Lake is the big one.
Swisher a little late there, he knows it.
Yeah.
Also could have had that kill when the op missed, but Xanterras made sure to keep his hands.
Got a pace change.
Prepared for the peak. 2 rounds in a row where things get quick, but this time it's out long, and Hext's got his.
They had the best spawn, but not the op on CT side also had the best spawn, so he got caught off with that. Didn't calm the cross.
What do you do if you're M80 here? Looks like leave Hext out on blue box.
Yeah, he's super low, so, I mean, it's in Aurora's best interest if they think this is a fake to come and just search. And all the while, there's a timing over on B, maybe. Depends how slow Aurora move, but you can tell they're suspicious. If Hext gets even 1, it's a nightmare for Aurora.
They start running around, so he's going to know somebody's been left around. Oh, Major gets the better of him.
Yeah, this takes the winds out of the sails on the attack, but they're
Health
still
advantage.
moving with speed.
Yep. Oh, and Woxic gets caught through the doorway, just letting his guard down. Slacks, doesn't fully clear car. Swisher will get the trade back, but barely. Down to half health. Xanterra is ready to catch you, but Swisher comes in with the headshot. Now that is the difference maker. Catching Xanterras through that window. Major dropped to half health because of the duel versus Hext on the other side. Good on M80 to follow through into that site, but it's Woxic caught through middle, unprepared.
Yeah, totally. I mean, maybe not expecting the op to spear that way. I mean, they didn't know for sure it was going to be a B play until that kill came down for Major.
Major's coming at this mode. There's still time for the defuse.
Oh, wow, there really was.
Swisher climbs up for the 3rd kill on the round.
What a round by Swisher, man.
Yes, sir.
3 hard kills.
You know, it's one thing to rotate over, maybe not expecting the op. I wonder if there was also that change to the car that just happened like a second sooner, and maybe that change up from the CT position means Woxic thinks something else is being covered by the one guy inside sight.
The reality is, though, you got to be aware of what your teammates watching, and if they're not covering you, you're only responsible for yourself. So Woxic thought he had 1 extra second, and he did. Or that's to say, he could have been, if he was 1 second earlier, he would have been fine.
Looks to me like Lake is feeling this one.
Yeah, he's been getting the entries off Cat. This is tons of space. There's no reason to stop, actually. Oh.
Fighting versus Xanterras, always a dangerous job. Will set it on fire and fall back. That's going to keep Aurora on their toes, though. And again, when we've been discussing an Aurora that has disjointedness between the sites, if you're M80, surely you've sensed that already. So why not go ahead and try to take another test towards this B site? Xanterras does want to play it differently, does want to stack up in mid, but this is an Aurora down to 1 incendiary on Joda over towards the B site. Another follow-up smoke grenade. No frag grenades to try to pop that open if you're the defense, but a good first kill from Wicadia. Drops down to the door, 5-7 finds 1. Swing out of the SMG is fantastic. And at the same time, Major tests Slack's flank. Opper picks him up, but now has 3 more players still to take down. Wicadia is the line in the sand over towards that B site, and by the time that second smoke fades, majority stand for Aurora as they survive that test in middle.
They could really end this half, and Wicadia could have so many complaints about how little support he's got in B, but he's been putting up kills anyways. Perfect timing on all of these peaks, and that's what playing the window is all about. Great timing. It's very hard to figure it out sometimes, especially with, you know, T's being able to be anywhere up mid, and how quickly they can get from outside of mid doors right to the window and the doorway yourself. So it's well done, especially between an MP9 and a 5-7 to lock that down.
It's going to be a tough grenade to stomach as M80 go all in long this round. Smoke off the corner in the middle is going to deny Slacks. He could take a wider angle, but that's what could put him into Aurora's crosshairs. And that's just the scout of all things. Terras lets him know they're going to obviously try to spam that back. He'll run away to cover just to confirm there is something there, right? You go one round prior or the round before when Hex is the solo blue box, once they're showed some face on long, I think it's important to go test the waters again if you're Aurora, and they'll slip out with mid control. This is M80 corralled in round 11. And yet they'll fight on.
Having long is all they want, really.
Op goes high. Woxic does not miss. Puts fire to the base of ramp. That's going to delay M80's commitment. CT's also testing the smoke grenades, but a dink comes through. And Slacks will finish off Major with a headshot from the scout. Good kill
nice
from Woxic again. Second frag off that op. And Sin whittled low because of the fire at the top of ramp. The riflers collect theirs, and it is convincing. Aurora so ready from that fight, and everything made easy by the 2 shots out of Woxic.
I mean, they love Dust2. They love these angles. They know how to fight versus long takes. That's well done. And not the best guns coming in for M80, but still chances to have really made an unfortunate circumstance for Aurora, and they didn't let it go. 1 kill from that scout. That's where it got a little scary, but these shots over the box is just beautiful. Oh, Cadia continues to deliver. He was such a standout in their PGL win as well.
Right. Final attempt of the half for M80. Started strong, has fizzled out. Again, love keeping these options open towards middle. But you're walking yourself right up to Wicadia, who's been phenomenal and will continue to be so. 2 kills for him. Joda, concerned about the tunnels, dives into the tall box cover. Swisher tech-9ing him down, but not pushing it over. And so Sin's desperate act in a 1v4 to cross the door is allowed. Doesn't have bomb possession. And this kill, all for naught. Aurora will sit inside of middle on top of the device. Forced Sin's hands at him. And this is just Aurora throwing something at the test of middle. Wicadia coming out with another 2K really just kind of stun locks M80's attempt to push this final round up to the B bomb site. And there's been times where he gets something and Joda gets nothing, but this round's perfection, right? 2 kills to each of the B players. And a cleanup here for Xantares. So M80 undeniably come out swinging, but it is an Aurora step up on the CT side of Dust2 that stabilizes their attempts to make this 2-0 start to the Major. 3-0 may have had Aurora worried at the start of this Dust2 map, but an excellent recovery, Launders. Even with, again, a bit of disjointedness between the two setups and between the sites, it feels like Aurora got there. And it certainly helps when Wicadia, even in the absence of mid-support, pops off like he did towards B.
I know, seriously. But better a bird in the hand than 10 in the forest, as Devilwalk would say.
Sure. Sold. And remember,
that would be frustrating for M80, thinking we could have won so many more rounds.
Oh, so many more.
It's not like they did the wrong thing. If you got an unsupported B guy, you run him down.
Yes, sir.
They just couldn't kill Cadia.
Couldn't get through him.
Interesting that. We'll see what this means for CT side.
This is my one brain cell.
This is me, my brain cell doing pick'ems.
Yep. Sometimes it's be like that. This one's quiet. M80 playing it without a kit. That frag grenade on Lake, if well placed. You have thoughts on frag grenades in the pistol round? Some people
kind
hate
of love them.
You love them.
I think it does mess up the economy a little bit.
Right.
But, like, they can just be so chunky. So people don't have armor. It's, like, ridiculous.
You just need a good idea with it. He was hoping to get it in on lower tunnels, but there wasn't that Aurora presence seen. They go straight from middle into the B site. Swisher puts two down. Beautiful shots out of the USP. Window player hits the ground because now Wicadia's a part of this equation. Woxic finds Hext. That's a problem inside sight as Lake gets pinched between the two. And they'll turn this one back. But this duo on Aurora in Wicadia and Woxic, it's just W's all day long. Another round win for Aurora, a critical pistol victory as well to truly put a gap between them and M80.
It really, oh, Wicadia's rubbing his head. He can taste the money right here. It's a money start here for Wicadia, and we watched this kind of from M80's perspective, and they were hitting some great shots.
Dude, Swishers,
that was so nice for Swisher.
2 bullets, 2 headshots. Looks like that B site holds, but then Woxic came out through the tunnels as Wicadia hits the ground.
That was a bit of a coin flip that round.
Comes up Aurora.
Turkey tails.
Oh.
They're avoiding everything.
Interesting.
Oh, they're so early to this cap play. They're just going to be able to get by this.
Flashes through, and M80 finds space. Woxic hears what they're up to. And this whole pack of MAC-10s looking to just charge down the A site. M80 aren't really giving them anything to shoot at. Keeping themselves committed to the corners of long. Hex sitting down on Xbox for any potential departure. Feels like M80 know they missed their timing, and honestly, upgraded pistols, Scout at an MP9 would be valuable in the next round.
So again, this is where we'll see with the interview for M80 that like they're calling Aurora one-dimensional or a little bit too easy to read. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Also, you know that Aurora and Major is going to be watching these interviews, going to be seeing what people say about him, and he's going to try to make, okay, well, we know what to buff out now if that's how people feel.
You know, Aurora actually involved in one of the funnier kind of, we'll call it beefs between teams because of side content with the whole tier list thing.
That went so far,
right?
That went way too far. So actually,
it's just funny that you wonder. Like, I think some players like ZywOo, for example, it's it was at one time like the well-kept secret is that ZywOo just doesn't manage his own social media, right?
Yeah,
like he just doesn't.
All
these
open
people,
secret, you mean?
Yeah, like all these haters just trying to send ZywOo bad messages. But he's at the museum, dog. Like, you're not going to get through to him. Like, he's just living his best life, and that's fine. But then you do find some players that are like, yeah, I did see minute 4 of the, 45-minute content from Spirit's boot camp. It's like somebody.
I, too, aspire to that level of pettiness.
People are out there. They got to know what you're saying about them. And, well, if Aurora find out M80 called them one-dimensional, and, quote, their results aren't too impressive lately, I think Aurora just have to ask, where's your trophy, bro?
I mean, that's the funniest line of all. One of the most recent wins.
It's like, M80, you didn't even win Fragadelphia.
But you know what? They
With all due
understood the
respect.
assignment of content.
Yes, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah. If you're not talking smack, why are you talking? Didn't really get a chance to make use of all these tools last round, M80, so we'll see if they can rotate over in time. Aurora doing basically the same thing, trying to come up catwalk, and this is when we talk about that one dimension, right? It's the Major T-side classic. A, 11 rounds in a row, and then go B.
He has one flavor of ice cream that he likes, and he just does that for the whole week. Yeah.
And now it's Wicadia in through the drop. Lake's a one and done. They'll clear out sight. Joda dives into his teammate's firebomb, and it's okay for Aurora because it's going to come out 3 versus 2 with a bomb plant.
So this is the two sides to the coin. It's that they can be one-dimensional, but they still win, right? And that's because their set plays are so strong. So sometimes it's still too hard to figure out. They really are good with their strats. They have a lot of comfort with their execs.
You know, I see it like a bit of a train crossing. They tell you the train is coming. It's predictable, but go ahead and try to stop it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You're not.
Right.
You're going to get out of the way. And in this case, M80 are trying to stop it and not succeeding. This is a 10-5 lead now. T-side's flawless off the pistol and conversions.
Let's see if M80 can be a penny on the tracks.
Try to derail this train, and that is Aurora, because honestly, from a trophy hoist to a strong start today, Major says we never go 2-0. It's always 1-1s.
Maybe he's lying.
Hey, this could be the moment. Maybe, just maybe. It doesn't go quite deep enough.
Ooh. Hex has a big job on his hands, it looks like. Sin watching the door, though. They're paired up pretty well, but the walkout's beginning. Hex, will you take your timing?
Flash above.
Nice.
Nicely done. Hex with a double kill is great, but Woxic's headshot keeps this one alive. Good time flank for Xanteres. Doubles back. Knows that there's going to be the threat. So ready for Swisher to try to take that fight top middle. And there's also this evacuation from Aurora away from the B site. Instead, they are coming at Slacks. Cannot afford to miss this shot. Xanteres steps into it, and he hits it. Headshot to boot. Slacks with more than another one coming. They're trying to split the gap, and as he misses one shot, that's going to be the open road for Aurora to go plant. But a nice swap over to the M4. This could catch them off. No, instead, Woxic finds that top angle. Sin gets the kill to his teammate instantly, but we do still get that Woxic crossover, and Woxic's missed shot opens the door for Sin. Sin, thinking about this push, waits for the challenge to come back. That's 5 more feet gained. Worried about another one, but too many chances offered to Woxic. Aurora will win their 11th.
So you remember he's a professional operator and knows exactly where to take his space back. It's great trades. What an amazing recovery after that round. Hex probably thinks he wins this. I think he wins it too. Look how much damage he deals. It's the perfect timing, the perfect spray down, and while blind. But Xanteres' play is even better. He's so good at finding that timing to catch a CT rotator out mid. You know he's coming out. You know that he's slightly shaving off these angles. He's going to peek you, but it's Xanteres. There's going to be no one who's going to have better crosshair placement in a moment like that, so it's so hard to stop. And then the turnaround kill for the long push.
Swisher finds out the hard way.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Shout out Woxic one time. That's 3 kills this round with the critical kill back onto Hext. The headshot deep into the CT spawn, and then that last one to finish off the round. So 4-round streak here for Aurora's attack. 7 rounds in a row total.
Whoa.
So another moment where we've got a Stage 2 team starting the day strong and clearly putting a gap between them and a Stage 1 challenger, even if this challenger is one of the 2 3-0 teams.
This is an interesting setup here from M80. He got 4 players at long at a minute 25, just walking out into it, leaving one guy here. But what exactly is the greater plan at work? They're leaving... Okay, now Swisher's peeling back as well. Do they just want to quietly set up so that it's going to be a late A play? They're right about it. Okay, here's where they're trying to call out Aurora for being one-dimensional.
Trying to push down into him. It's a good opening kill for Lake. Can he get a second? Flashes pop, both teams evacuate. So M80 seemed content to just take man advantage, pressure towards middle instead. Hext wants to double back as leaving B open too long is dangerous.
He didn't clear this properly, though. And he's going to be right underneath Slacks. He's going to be able to take out Swisher if he can see him.
Oh, there's a smoke on both sides. No, that smoke's still up towards Cat. Oh, Wicadia, critical moment. Clinical execution with the back-to-back headshots. Lakes is going to have to go massive, and he only finds one. And there comes Hex, late to the party. Wicadia, his 3rd frag. Between Wicadia and Woxic, there is a domination in the server. Quad kill Wicadia as he just lurks out through that CT smoke.
That was pure filth.
And owns.
And that's a moment where M80 get the setup call out. It was maybe going to be a long tape. They had 4 players ready for that. They knew that Aurora were going to come back to Cat. They get the first kill. And then Aurora, again, just like Hex over on the B site, they find something interesting to do. They do change it up. They do rely on who's been a star for them today, and that's Wicadia. And he makes a series of incredible moves. We going to get any close games today?
Not over here on this stream. It's either upsets or stage 2 teams in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's been a real heat check on M80.
Na'Vi are up 12-0.
What?
Na'Vi are up 12-0. Aurora 12-5 and trading back from a man disadvantage. Welcome to stage 2, FlyQuest.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
No trade goes unpunished here for M80. Again, trying to fight, looking to extend this game, but Aurora in such a comfortable position. Wicadia currently 23-10. If you can finish this map here, if you can go 23-10 in a 13-5 win, what more could you ask for if you're Wicadia?
You deserve a bonus maybe. 17-7, not too shabby.
Santerra's, you know, he's been there with critical moments, but hasn't really been called on to win rounds as much. Lake will find another one, and, you know, these are pretty separated pieces, I think, of Aurora. So Lake is stuck down here for a second. Swisher's trying to come help out in case he needs to be bailed out of this spot. Opera from Suicide.
Uh-oh, careful.
Ooh, takes a nade out at the worst possible timing. Good on Swisher to flank that, and they know Madger's already up here because of his util, so there is still more gas in the tank for M80. Good on Lake to force the issue onto the bomb carrier, take control of this one, and secure a 6th.
We got the moment of truth over on the A stream.
Counter-terrorists win.
3 off the first stage, man. You just don't know.
Just don't know.
Both 3-0 teams right now.
Yep.
Getting shown the top level. Oh, but it looks like the comeback might be in effect for FlyQuest.
That's why you need 2 monitors, folks. But don't sleep on M80 here with us, because Lake doesn't like to go down without a fight. Took control of the situation last round. Found a timing to drop bomb. It was one of those moments where Aurora actually, again, I think showed kind of a bit of disjointedness between pieces. It was an attack that happens while they're still just shuffling around the map. And there was just no bailout protocol. Now a frag grenade deep into this pack, and Lake again wants a piece of the action. Will go down with only one. Santerra's and Woxic ready to hold back. You're hoping you step into just a couple of players, but it's majority of Aurora posturing for some middle play.
Oh, be so careful. Oh my goodness.
Missed chance by Woxic.
Oh my goodness.
Sin just
that was a
crawls
Looney
back
Tunes
under.
moment, and he does, but
Now Slacks could find Santerra's pulling a pin. Yes, sir. Won't miss that shot. Oh, tough though. As he tries to put the op back on cycle. Woxic coming up catwalk. they will find, with 3 players here, an open A bomb site for the plant. This is going to be a tough call. The B players of M80, Sin, who decided to cross back over, left this a bit too open for M80's favor. And Wicadia tries to stuff himself against the smoke, but they'll pop it open and find him, and then come through blind, and that is a critical error. Woxic to put a cherry on top as him and Wicadia absolutely shine in this game versus a Stage 1 3-0 team. Aurora don't even break a sweat.
Yeah, they really don't. They've shown themselves today. It could be the day that they make it 2-0. They showed up one of the 3-0 teams, both of them so far, well, we'll see what happens with FlyQuest, but just about to lose their game as well. The confident teams look confident. The teams that are tier 1 and